don't know what happened to that one. So yeah, there's going to be a part 2 of this one. Garrett said that he urges his people to take a self-defense course, and he said, I don't care which one it is. They're all, pretty similar. But he's like, you can't just take a self-defense course as a low vision blind person. You need to have a repetition. It needs to get into muscle memory. So, you need to go to a weekly class at least for a while so that it becomes second nature. And he's like, just sign up, see if they can give you a free lesson, see if they can give you a free week. And I told him, I said, I am thinking about like booking privates, not because I think I definitely need the private, but I want to find out the communication skills of the person that would be teaching in my dojo. What are their communication skills? Have they taught people who have low or no vision before? And can they communicate well? And I know there's always, there's always going to be communication issues. I know with my tap dance teacher, sometimes I drive Nash crazy because, I'm asking him to clarify the things, and he's getting better about giving me more verbal directions. But I said, I'm thinking about booking privates with just like a couple of different teachers to see if our communication styles will mesh. And he's like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. But the other thing that I love that they tailored specifically to me is I'm Catholic. I am a Eucharist minister. I'm one of those people who give out communion. And we took like 15 minutes out of our day, and I had taken some pictures in our church to show him this is laid out like this and this is laid out like that, and I have to go up a step here, there's a step here, and then we turn this way, and we worked out a better way for me to give communion, both the bread and the wine. And I love the fact that they were like, oh, well, you just have, they're not, oh, well, you just have to figure that out on your own. He went into the kitchen. He was like, no, it doesn't have to be a special cup. I'm like, dude, it just has to be a cup. I mean, if you want to give me a solo cup or something, that's fine. And he went into the kitchen and he got a glass of water to be the pretend wine and some little tiny Ritz crackers to be the communion hosts. And we figured out, better ways to hold the plate that the hosts are on, ways to do the cup. He actually pointed out 2 different places for me to put my cane, because I just kind of been shoving it into one of my armpit. But I was explaining to him, I have to have my cane for here, and I have to have my cane for here. So I have to be able to switch and put the cane out of the way very quickly. And I love the fact that he had to think outside the box to teach me how to do the thing that I wanted to learn how to do. I also learned something, and I did not realize this, but the couple that did our little tour in Puppyland yesterday, I have been having dreams about a little golden lab. And the golden lab in my dream had a chocolate brown sister. And in my dream, and I've been joking, hey, I think I just did this for, because I was hungry. In my dream, the golden, her name was Cornbread, which I think is just adorable. I don't know where my subconscious came from that. And in the dream, I dreamed about the dog that was going to end up being my dog, Cornbread. And in the dream, I was also meeting Cornbread's sister in my dream. And in my dream, Cornbread's sister, the chocolate lab, her name was Pinto. I found out that you're not required to keep, at least this guide dog school does not require you to keep the name that the dog was given. They are of the belief that the dogs, they don't really learn the name, you learn to call them the name, but they don't really learn to respond to the name. They learn to respond to you and your voice. You're their mommy, you're their daddy, you're the person that they work with. And Marilee in the CDC, the Canine Development Center, Puppyland, she was like, sweetie, if you get a dog and you don't like the dog's name, you can change it. You don't even have to have any permission from us or whatever. You have permission to change it. It's whatever that you feel comfortable with. Now, I have met some dogs with some really cool names. I've met Xavier. I've met Jovi. I've met Carver. Just really cool dogs. But I had to kind of laugh because the first couple of days that I was here, my seat was in between. You'd stay in the same seat around the table in the dining room every time you come down for breakfast or lunch or dinner or whatever. And I was seated in between two guide dog clients. Now, one of them, he was basically here just to learn his dog and learn the way that leader dog does things. Xavier is actually his 7th dog. It is his first dog from here, but is his 7th dog, and he's 47. So that's a lot of dogs. Most dogs will go between like 7 and 9 years, and after that they will either self-retire. They will kind of decide, yeah, not into this so much. I just want to be a family pet. And if you can either keep it, or if you're in a place where you couldn't have a pet dog and a service dog because of all the regulations and things, then they will help you. Either you can rehome it, you just have to let them know, or they will help you rehome it. But the first couple of days, I was so nervous and so overwhelmed. I was literally just shaky. And you can go back to like my day 1, day 2 videos. You can see it in my face where I am, all kinds of hella stressed out. The dog that was sitting to the left of me, Carver, his handler, his owner, his mom, sweetest lady in the world. Her name is Tracy. She's from Ohio. But Carver kept on coming over to me and trying to put his head in my lap and kept on trying to, just kind of comfort me. And even whenever mommy wasn't looking, he was putting a paw on my foot. And he kept on looking over and looking at me like, you okay? You okay? And Tracy was like, I don't know why he keeps on pulling to you. He's not, he's not trying to climb on you or love on you, but he keeps on looking up at you. And Marilee in the CDC, the Canine Development Center, was telling me, some people have issues with their dog whenever new people are getting there, because the dog senses how stressed you are, and they want to help they just instinctively want to help to try to calm you down a little bit. And Tracy and I, neither one of us realized that's what Carver was doing, because I was sitting beside them every meal and he could see how stressed I was. So he was trying to check up on me, even though I'm not his human. You can tell I'm not, I'm not as crazy, fast talky. I'm really hitting my stride. I'm getting comfortable. I'm looking forward to going home. I'm not looking forward to the flight because it is 4 hours in the air. But I'm looking forward to going home and seeing my cats and all the things. But I'm going to miss everybody. Oh, holy crap. Am I going to miss everybody? And everybody's already starting to exchange socials, and people who aren't on social media, they're just like, can I have your phone number? What's the best way to keep in touch with you? Because I want to keep in touch with you. So I have friends in California. I have friends that are going to be in California, in Iowa, in Florida, everywhere. And we're already just kind of, starting that, it's like senior year. Graduation is Friday. And Saturday, everybody goes home. Now, I've said this before, I'm going to reiterate again. The things that they have thought and kind of overthought it's to an nth degree. Now, some things it makes sense. It makes sense from both a philanthropy point of view and a business point of view. Like all of the dogs in the Canine Development Center, they are fed different versions of Purina. Purina is a corporate sponsor of Leader Dogs, and probably several others. But because they have like I think Mary Lee said like 45 different kinds of dog food, from puppy chow and different things for different needs to senior dog and high protein and whatever. But, is it smart that they went with a company that you can pretty much find everywhere, Purina? Or, if you have somebody with a special needs, they need a high protein, they need senior dog, whatever, that they went with a company that's pretty readily available, because not everybody can afford to do Chewy. They might just be able to, just do what they can find locally, and you can find Purina pretty much everywhere locally. So I thought that was kind of cool. But the other thing was, one of their companies that they partner with is Delta Airlines, because I had seen where they had a set of airplane seats arranged in a little corner so that the dog trainers, if it's a new dog, or if you're new at dog handling, or it's a new dog to you, that you can practice settling in between the airplane seats before you actually have to get on the airplane, if you live that far away. A lot of people here are just from Michigan, and they had somebody drive them here. But quite a few of us are having to fly home. And I love the fact that they got with a Delta and got airplane seats so that you can practice settling the dog, so that you can practice and the dog can practice before you actually get on the plane for real. They have thought everything out to the nth degree, and I think it's amazing. I am so glad that I came. I actually called my Braille instructor, who was here training. She was interning over the summer. She's getting certified to teach orientation mobility, just cane skills, not dog. That is a separate certification. And she's not sure she wants to pursue that because there's a whole lot more liability. There's a lot of extra things. Yeah, you're kind of building on skills that you use for O&M, but dog handling is a completely different thing. And she's like, well, I'm gonna definitely do the cane skills. That way I can teach technology, I can teach Braille, and now I'll be able to teach cane skills. But I am so glad that she was like, Karen, you have to go. You seriously have to go. You would learn so much here. It would just make your mind explode. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm just like, my mind is exploding in a good way, because they gave incredible amounts of information too. But I'm grateful. I am grateful for being able to come here. I am grateful for Garrett, my instructor. I'm grateful for, I'm sorry, I'm glaring, that I got the chance to do this, and everyone has been so wonderful and so gracious. And I'm so happy with them, but I'm just so proud of myself for doing this. I'm verklempt. I'm verklempt. But yeah, if you think that you need help with your cane skills, if you just want to do brush up training, if you want to do advanced training, if you've ever thought about getting a dog, please come to Leader Dogs for the Blind, Rochester Hills, Michigan. This place is a freaking amazing, y'all.